You know that feeling you get in those first days of fall when you're trying to pretend it's still summer and you're out in the garden frantically trying to harvest the last of your herbs before the chill sets in, and you just wish you could capture a little bit of summer to pull out in the middle of winter? Well, I'm pretty sure that's why freeze dryers were invented. So the word to the wise is to check your oregano or any herbs that you are freeze drying better than I did, because apparently I had a little hitchhiker in that batch. And I feel horrible because can you imagine how frightening that would be? I mean, then just very cold. But I'm going to be honest about my hypocrisy. Had I found him alive, I would have thrown him over the fence to my chickens because they really love snails. Still. May I make a suggestion to you? If you're only going to get one more accoutrement for your freeze dryer this year, I cannot recommend highly enough this 20-quart stainless steel bowl. It has been a game changer for me in terms of eliminating the mess when I'm trying to harvest something. For this, obviously, it's catching all of the little flyaway pieces that would be all over my counter if I didn't have it. But what I love is it's big enough that I can put my gigantic extra large tray over the edge and everything slides into the bowl. It's just made my life so much easier. I'll link below. And here's another reason why I love this bowl. It actually becomes a processing area. If I did not have this and I was trying to do it on my trays, I'm telling you, oregano would be going everywhere. But it gives me a nice big area where I can search for stems, as I'm doing right now. But also when I get to bagging up the oregano, I can just set the bag right in the bowl and scoop it. Sometimes I use my hands, and I promise you I have washed them. But sometimes I will use the little canning funnel if I'm using a larger Mylar bag. And then I can just scoop it right in there. And it's just so easy. So here are some interesting facts and folklore about oregano. Our word for oregano comes from two Greek words, oros, meaning mountain, and ganos, meaning joy. Together it means joy of the mountain. But this begs the question, why aren't we calling it oros ganos? I think I'll start a revolution. You may not guess it, but oregano is actually part of the mint family. The ancient Greeks had some interesting beliefs about oregano's power. They believed that if you let your cows graze in a field of oregano, their meat would taste better. And how can you argue with that kind of logic? But they also believed that if you anointed yourself with oregano oil, you would have vivid dreams, and you might possibly dream about your future spouse. That's interesting. At least one war broke out over oregano. We all remember the Great Oregano War in Turkey, don't we? When farmers took up arms over access to oregano plantations. While Turkey is considered the oregano paradise of the world, It is the largest producer and exporter of oregano, controlling some 70% of the oregano market. Doesn't that make an oregano war seem a little more plausible? Oregano was virtually unknown in America until World War I, when soldiers returning home after serving in the Mediterranean regions brought back oregano and recipes for their new favorite food, pizza. This is why it's often called the pizza herb. I am very grateful to those soldiers, I have to say. Of course, oregano is wonderful in all sorts of dishes: soups, stews, casseroles, bread, roasted potatoes, roasted chicken, on and on it goes. But in addition to its delicious uses as a culinary herb, oregano also offers some powerful medicinal benefits. Oregano is such a powerful herb because it's packed with flavonoids and phenolic acids. Two of the most studied phytochemicals are carvacrol and thymol, and the presence of these two phenols means that oregano is rich in antioxidants, it fights inflammation, it reduces viral infection, and it fights against bacteria. Studies have shown that it's effective against at least 23 strains of bacteria, including E. coli, Listeria, and Staph. So there we have just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the amazing health benefits of oregano. This video, of course, was about the freeze drying process, but I am going to discuss oregano in a little more depth in an upcoming video that I'm working on. I'm putting the finishing touches right now on a video that I'm calling 10 Tiny Tinctures, in which I hope to demystify tincture making and show you how very easy it is to make a tincture, even if you just have a small amount of material. I use these very adorable little mason jars. I just think they're the cutest things. And with just that much material, I was able to get tinctures of about that much. I've used a little bit of this oregano already. It only took about a month, maybe 6 weeks on a few of those that I left a little longer. But it's so easy. In my opinion, everybody should be doing it. I feel like a lot of you, because you're here for freeze drying, are just like I am. You're interested in self-sufficiency and being independent. And in my opinion, herbalism is just the natural next step to what you're already doing. Because why would we want to be dependent on someone else for our medicine if we can grow and make our own? And so I'm excited to talk about some of that with you in upcoming videos. If you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when that video's ready. In the meantime, happy freeze drying adventures to you, and I hope to see you soon.